All right, and we're back. 2023, week three. Brady is Roger Goodell. Power rankings.
What's up, everybody?
You gonna introduce us,
That's the
Brady?
last time Brady's going to talk today, because he shouldn't be allowed to talk being in last place. I'm back with Andrew Chicalo, the highest scorer again. Chick,
Good.
welcome back.
It's gonna be back again. Once again, dominating.
Yeah. All right, Brandon, click the space bar. Let's get this started. Number one on my power rankings, because Brady shouldn't be allowed to
Yeah,
have.
Brady doesn't out and bomb.
Yep. He'll never get that one right. Let's start it up.
Oh,
Number one is, I mean, it has to be. Two back-to-back highest scoring weeks. The old man roster that everyone shit on is highest scorer, number one in the league. So Chick, take it away.
everyone did shit on my team, but still missed my two first round picks. I think Eckler will be back this week finally. Team's playing well. The team's looking positive. Tight end is still a struggle. Dalton Schultz is probably gonna get dropped soon.
Yeah.
But beyond that, my team is pretty well all around.
Put up
Team
about
is on the
75
market.
tight end at 2 points is pretty impressive.
Yeah, my defense did go off last week, but
You can't talk.
I still had Romeo Dobbs on the bench, who did solid again. Marquise Brown on the bench, who did solid again. Dalvin Cook, I don't know why I start him anymore. He's terrible.
Keenan Allen had 50 passing yards and 200 receiving yards.
And now Mike Williams is out, so Keenan Allen might get even better.
Yeah, it's a scary team. I got you this week. We'll talk later in the show about that. Number two. Yeah, we're both on the same page here. Friedman with a huge win over myself this week.
Yeah.
Just as good as yours. I mean, Derrick Henry had 2 points, so that was weird. But other than that,
his team did go off, even with Derrick Henry doing bad. Devontae Adams had 44 points. He was just killing the Steelers.
yeah, just lighting them up. 172 yards, just kind of a joke. Yeah, I mean, this is he's
Watson finally did good.
Yeah, Deshaun looked okay.
So that was his only issue, really, and he looked pretty good.
Absolutely.
And he had Devin and Shane on the bench too. So I don't know how good he'll end up being, but he absolutely went off last week.
Yeah, it's a Chan now. He wants everyone to pronounce it as a Chan. By the way,
Brady, you want to add like one word about what you thought? What you thought about this Tizo touchdown?
Yeah, he's got a good team.
I said one word.
Shut up.
Solid.
All right, we got the top three the exact same.
Yeah, top three is pretty. I think. I mean, obviously, I can't coming off a loss. Still, I believe I'm still third in points for. Yeah, I am. Just my team's fine. I'm not worried. My team's only going to get better. Just played Friedman this week, he's a dog. So
yeah,
team's healthy. Got everyone on my bench. Everyone's calling me, trying to get players off my team. So I'm in a good spot.
Kenny Pickett went off last week too.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to play over Jalen, but
no, yeah, he probably won't. But yeah, your team still did solid. Just previous team went off.
Yeah, it was a decent week. 136.
Who were one between you two? Probably been 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Just flip flopped.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still happy. I'm still a playoff team, in my opinion. So we'll be all right.
All right, Brady.
Well, this is where we got some change. So I put Kittis here. I think Kittis' team is good.
I'm gonna look at Kittis. Yeah, he's got Mahomes. His running backs are lacking.
James Cook's solid. He has AJ Dillon the flex, which is iffy. He's got Kareem Hunt coming, who I think is going to keep getting more carries. And if McCaffrey goes down, I hope not. He's got Mitchell, but I mean George Pickens seems like an absolute problem.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Travis Kelce obviously is going to keep balling.
Yeah, he hasn't even been that good yet. Honestly, he'll probably get better.
And I think Jacoby Myers is one of the more underrated receivers in fantasy football right now. So I think Kittis' team's fine. I think at 2-1, I think he's a little better. I have Jimmy lower for a few reasons. Number one, he just, for some reason, I don't know what Eddie did, but that was the worst trade I've ever seen in the history of fantasy football.
Yeah, and then
I will say that right now. George Kittle is a top 5 a top 5 tight end in this league.
What did he give him? Oh,
Throws
Brian Robinson.
For Brian Robinson, who splits carries on the Washington Commanders. He had 7 points this week. It's just such a bad trade. And he could have traded Kittle for somebody this week, for somebody who's at least a full-time starting running back. This was the worst trade I've ever seen. Eddie's team's now good because he has George Kittle. He had a tight end issue. And Mark Andrews hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, I probably should try to trade Jimmy before that, before Eddie made that trade. I didn't know Drew would give him up for that cheap. And Kittle actually did good last week too.
Yeah, his flex is the only 3 good players is he has the stack of Cousins and Jefferson, which is deadly, and Devonta Smith, who at times doesn't really have good game. Like again, he only had 28 yards.
Yeah, we didn't really feed him that much last game, but yeah, I think Devonta's still good, and Jefferson's obviously Justin Jefferson.
But I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? George Kittle for Brian Robinson. Play Pacheco at that point. It's just such a bad trade. And now Miles Sanders is banged up. Like Jimmy's team's an absolute issue. It's just such a bad, shocking trade. And he's back.
Is Sanders hurt? Brady, can you give some input on that?
He's got a hamstring, I think.
Oh, all right. I was unaware of that. But yeah, Jimmy's running backs are pretty bad. Brian Robinson really didn't help much.
And then
I'd like to throw out that I called Brian Robinson was not going to have a good week this week. Said it in last week's show.
Yeah, he was on Eddie's team. I mean,
he played the Bills, to be fair.
Yeah, so I don't know why Jimmy made the trade.
37% of the snaps he got last week. I mean,
Kirk Cousins has been kind of carrying Jimmy's team, but I mean, he might be good all year.
Yeah, I mean,
eventually Kirk Cousins will put up 5 points. It's pretty much inevitable.
Yeah, I mean that's the stack he has is great, but other than that, I mean, this team's an issue.
Yeah.
What a trade, but we'll move on. I have Eddie here. I mean, Eddie now has life.
I do like Eddie's team.
I believe he's a top 3 scoring team, especially with Bijan having 10. Honestly, it helped that Mostert had 46. But Eddie's got a roster here. I mean, some questionable plays. But if you look at his bench, I mean, James Conner had 20 on his bench. No reason to not play James Conner. That was stupid. Jerome Ford, you might as well play him since you spent $55 on the fab. I mean, Eddie seems good. He's just a bad fantasy manager. Like it's just like his team's pretty solid.
Yeah, but Joshua Kelly's pretty much done.
Collins over James Conner.
He'd spend 30 fab on Josh Kelly, who probably combined for 6 points in the 2 weeks. He'll be the starter, so that might.
Yeah, I mean that's again why I don't know why he's playing Josh Kelly over James Conner, who's arguably very underrated, very underrated. And yeah, I think Eddie's team's good. It's just like he's got a lot more depth than most people in this league. He just doesn't know who to play.
Yeah, Eddie would have won. He would have won last week too. He didn't start Christian Watson, who literally did not play.
Didn't play. He's just a bad fantasy manager. But if you look at his roster, it's good.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, I agree with that. Most are probably get injured eventually, though. I mean, and then who knows who's got his backup? He's got James Conner, like you were just saying, and Jerome
James Conner's a top 10 running back this season. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't play him. I mean, he gets the win. He gets the win this week, so you give him
Nico
credit.
Collins is also pretty good, I think.
Yeah, Nico Collins is a down week, but Josh Kelly hasn't done dick.
Yeah, he should just stop playing.
So I like Eddie's team. I think he can sneak in the playoffs at 1 and 2.
Yeah, he beat Ty, and Ty's got a good team.
His points for he's only one of 6 teams over 400 points for at 1 and 2. So I think Eddie's team's solid. I just think he's a bad fantasy manager.
Yeah, I agree. I could agree with that.
Move on. I had Jimmy here, number 6.
I had Hojan, but I don't like that I put Hojan here too much, honestly.
You'll see where I put Hojan. I think Hojan's team's fucking terrible.
Justin Fields is
horrible. I think we're gonna see more 102-point weeks from Hojan's team than the 170 he had week 1. And his team's only trending in the down direction. I mean, the guy started Brandon Ayuk. I guess he forgets there's a Thursday night football game. So that hurts.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but he's just like he played a guy that really.
His best player is Jordan Love, and he hasn't seen the starting lineup. Garrett Wilson's just trending in the downward direction unless they trade for a quarterback. Goddard's been like iffy this year. Tyler Algier as a flex play was weird.
Yeah, Hojan's team's not looking too good. He should just starting Jordan Love because he spent like a 5th-round pick on Justin Fields, but he's just not good at football.
He also has Deuce Vaughn on his bench, who was a healthy scratch this week.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week. He still has him on his team. I don't know why Deuce Vaughn is on the
Khalil
roster.
Herbert's ass. I mean, he's got two Bears running backs. Jonathan Mingo's still on his team somehow. That guy stinks.
Yeah, I definitely could have had Eddie above Hojan just looking at his team. I mean, Matt Gay put up 1/4 of Hojan's points this week.
Isn't that? I mean, his kicker had 25% of his points.
I didn't realize that till right now.
Me neither. This team. When bye weeks come around, I mean, this team is terrible.
Tony Pollard is his only good player, honestly.
Really? Yeah. I mean, Wilson was a good draft pick, and I picked Wilson in a few leagues. Like with Rodgers, sure, but with Zach Wilson, I mean, man, he's terrible.
Yeah, his team's not looking too bright. His bench is terrible besides Jordan Love. Maybe Khalil Herbert will turn it around, but I doubt it. The Bears are bad.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mingo, like what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, and Jimmy's team's okay. I know I ripped on him for the trade. I mean, that was still the worst trade in fantasy football, but
yeah, we already talked about Jimmy's team, but
he's now borderline. He's borderline playoffs.
Yeah.
And if Eddie gets in over him, that might go down as the worst trade in history.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't know what his strategy was on draft night, taking 2 tight ends that early, but he did not use the most. He took George Kittle in the 4th round to trade him for Brian Robinson, who probably went in the 10th or 11th round after. That is true.
So I don't know. That's a weird trade.
All right, Brady. Yeah, this is where I had
Eddie. Eddie. I have Ty here. Ty's just been getting crushed. I still think his team is better than Hojan, number one. I think Ty's team's fine.
Yeah, he's got the most points against him by only 15. Eddie has the 2nd most against him, but
I mean his team's still stacked.
One of the roster beaters too.
Jahmyr Gibbs hasn't done anything. Burrow hasn't done anything this year. Waller's a little overhyped. Puka didn't have a big week, but when the bye weeks come around, he's got some guys you can play on his bench. Like I think Zeke's a big play this week. Jackson to the Jigba, I think, is going to get better.
Yeah, so Burrow's got to get better. Tyreek Hill's a beast, obviously.
I agree. I think his team's solid. I just think he needs to start winning games.
Yeah,
I think he's going to sneak around down the stretch.
Yeah, he definitely can. Josh Jacobs hasn't been that good either, honestly. But he played the Steelers this week of a good defense. But he did 17 for 62 yards. It's an absolutely terrible. Not great, but
yeah.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs also, he has to come around eventually.
It's a big week for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ty kind of needs to win this week. I don't know who he plays, but Ty can't start off 0-4. That'd be bad.
Must win week for Ty. He's going against Hojan, so that should be a W.
He should see his first win unless Hojan has one of those weird weeks.
Yeah.
All right, Brady.
I got one thing to say. Jimmy drafted George Kittle with the 5th round with the 1st pick. Eddie took Brian Robinson in the 8th round. So it's basically swapping an 8th round pick and a 5th round pick.
First pick of the 5th round, too.
Yeah.
Not a great look for Jimbo. Not a great look.
Just such a weird trade, like 5 minutes before the kickoff. Like, just weird.
Great.
Good trade for Eddie, though.
Yeah.
All right, so we both had Selman at 8.
Yeah, Selman's team hasn't been the greatest, but they did a good week this week. They did 164. He had a really good week this week.
Lost Mike Williams, something to note. He continues to play Justin Herbert over Tua, which is odd.
Javonte Williams isn't great. Madison isn't that great. He had a good week, though.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin Ridley did basically nothing.
Yeah, Jamar finally went off, so it's good for him.
And he had Waddle, who I don't think is going to miss a lot of time. I think this team's fine. It's got the best defense in the NFL, too. Go Birds. But, yeah, I mean, tight end is an issue for him as well here. So,
'Yeah.
It's a borderline playoff team. He's 2-1. He's off to a good start. So,
Yeah,
He can sneak
he'll
in.
get Waddle back soon to replace Mike Williams at least.
Yep. I mean, his receivers are good. His running backs. I mean, Madison had a good week this week.
Yeah, Madison finally did pretty well.
But who knows what happens when Cam Akers starts playing, if he does start playing.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Brady. This is where I had Ty. You had Bob here. Yeah, I probably should have put them a little bit higher.
Bob at 9. Bob's in desperation mode. Needs running back help. T. Higgins had 4 points, which sucks. Judy's again questionable. I mean, if Tank Dell could be an option for him, and Quentin Johnson's stock should go up a little bit.
I think
So
everyone on the Jets is going to be bad at offense. Like Brees Hall won't be that good. I don't think the rest of the year just because Zach Wilson's so bad.
Yeah, and then his backup's getting 50% of the snaps, and Jalen Warren, his second running back.
Jalen Warren's probably better than Najee Harris, to be fair, but he just won't.
He is.
Won't overtake him. T. Higgins isn't looking. Sam Laporta did good though. Zay Flowers did pretty good.
Sam Laporta has been great. Sam Laporta has been very good.
But yeah, his running backs are not in a good. They're not in good shape. Montgomery coming back soon maybe will help, but Tank Dell on the bench. But he's. I mean, who's he going to bench? Judy, I guess maybe for Tank Dell. I don't imagine he'll bench T. Higgins for Tank Dell unless Tank Dell keeps on doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. He needs running back help badly.
Yeah,
especially Montgomery's going to be out another week.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Brady.
This is where I had Hogan down at 10. I get he's 2-1. Again, I just think his team sucks.
Yeah.
Just writing it how I see it. Jordan Love's his best player.
Maybe was Brady the lowest scorer this week or was Hogan? Oh, Brady lost by 0.7 to Hogan.
Yeah. Brady's still the lowest scorer. I mean, to lose to Hogan in scoring is just.
Oh, I got it.
I didn't realize that Hogan was that close to Brady.
Yeah, I mean, Brady definitely should have been muted this entire time, but we'll let him speak here and there. But man, I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if Hogan finishes like 4-10, 4-11.
Yeah.
He had the big week 1. And since then it's been trending in the wrong direction. Even last week he played Brady, so he was one of the lower scorers, but he got his Brady week, so that's why he's 2-1. So I don't know.
All right.
How far he goes.
I think we need to order the last two.
Who's at 11?
Pretty obvious.
Foster moves up.
Foster moves up, officially not the lowest scorer.
It's the toilet bowl this week.
Foster has given up points against, has about 100 more points against than Brady.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many.
And he still has like 15, 20 more points for than Brady. I mean, Brady, it's very sad. Brady is one of the least points against so far and is 0-3. I mean, that is the joke. But to Foster's team, like he made some waiver pickups this week that could help his team. DeAndre Swift is now the guy. Amon-Ra's going to keep going. Josh Allen's going to figure it out. But man, like Treylon Burks and Tony got to get out this team.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can figure out the flexes, his team's really not bad. Because Kenneth Walker's a dog.
Kenneth Walker has been doing very well.
I saw he picked up Jaden Reed as well as Josh Palmer. So if one of those can really work out, I mean, that could be a steal. And he's got Kamara coming back.
Yeah, he's got a nice future. DeAndre Swift looked really good. If we just keep on feeding him, I don't know how often we'll just like feed him like that though. We did it back-to-back weeks to be fair, but it could be.
I mean, with Gainwell playing, that's a bright sign if you're a DeAndre Swift owner.
But yeah, Treylon Burks, Kadarius Toney, and Tyler Boyd don't get the job done. Kamara will take one of those flex spots, but he needs to hopefully make a good pickup eventually.
We'll see. I mean, Palmer's a good pickup. I liked him.
Yeah, I do like that. That's a good pickup now that Mike Williams is out.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's left.
All right, let's go to 12.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
boy.
team just fucking sucks. There's nothing to it. It blows.
That's all you gotta say, Brady?
I don't have anything to say. My team fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, your team's terrible.
I'm debating about picking up Tim Tebow. I need a locker room guy, good leader, maybe boost him around on the team.
Yeah, you,
I see there's a.
I joined my meeting.
you do need Chris, Brandon.
All right, we're good.
Tim Tebow might be it.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's the power rankings. I got nothing to say about Brady's team. They're fucking terrible.
Yeah. All right.
Find a way to not come in last, Brady.
Yeah, Brady, figure it out. I gotta go.
All right.
Chick,
We'll
thanks
see
for joining
you
us.
guys next week. Oh fuck! I keep forgetting I gotta stop.